Maybe the officials missed it in the game. And then when they...
So when a player makes illegal contact, it's called a personal foul, which means this would be. So that would, yeah, that's a personal foul. No, there is no foul. You know, see how? It's because that's why. But when a player makes unnecessary illegal contact, then it's called a flagrant one foul, which means this would be. Let's see, that's unnecessary. Yep, that's a flagrant one foul. No. What would you think? The player made normal illegal contact, which means it's just a personal foul. See what I mean? The player was just trying to get into a defensive position and accidentally made contact with the other player. That's why. But when the illegal contact is unnecessary and excessive, then that would be a flagrant 2 foul, which means this would be. So that's unnecessary and excessive. That would be a flagrant 2 foul. No. Flagrant 1 foul? No.
Angelica Suffren, that is the name that decided to look at Caitlin Clark getting throttled in the throat without any consequence. She had the perfect view of what happened. Look at her. She goes straight towards it and guess what she lets play go on. Should WNBA review and or suspend referee Angelica Suffren after the missed call on Caitlin Clark? Now these videos are doing the rounds. Meet Angelica Suffren. The WNBA ref had a line of sight to Caitlin Clark taking a fist to the throat, but decided to not blow the whistle. The WNBA is full of a narcissist. Attention seeker, says hero of the day.
You have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that...
who make things worse. Alyssa Thomas's friends, her coach, people around her coming out, and she's the victim. She's the victim in all this. She should have been given some notice that the league didn't act in the right way. All right, ladies, your thoughts just as the league continues to work through what many perceive as consistency issues, especially when it comes to games being officiated. Lisa. Well, officiating is tough. I don't know if anybody's ever even tried to officiate. It's not the easiest game. It's one of the most thankful, but in this particular situation, I thought that the last official should have been able to catch that. I was actually watching this game, and I was like, oh wow, that was a bit much. So in that moment, I thought that the official missed the call. I'm not surprised that the league went back and fined Alyssa Thomas, but I think at the same time, it's tough to think that official would have missed that they didn't have a replay on it. That was tough to me. And I think overall, the league's got to do better. The officials have got to do better, but also players. Players have to clean it up. We used to play in a way that you protected one another. Yeah, I want to play physical. I want to play hard. But I'm not out here trying to hurt you. If I was out there for a loose ball, and it was Renee down there, yeah, I'm going for the ball, but if I accidentally punched Renee or hit her in some kind of way, maybe the play goes on. But I help her up. I help her up. You know what I mean? Just out of that, my bad. You know, so I think that part is important. 2, the reaction. Maybe if Alyssa Thomas would have even turned like, dang, I didn't mean to hit you like that, it's a different thing, but that's not what happened. And so I think that the league got it right. But I think overall, Coach Tibbetts is correct. Everything consistency is important. IT needs to be cleaned up for all players, regardless of what their accolades are. None of that part matters. IT matters about protecting these players, no matter which team, which position, when they sub in the start of the game to the end of the game. Every player deserves the same type of protection. I think the league got the suspension of Elizabeth Thomas right. Lisa Leslie disagrees with Mercury head coach and defends Caitlin Glock. Anyone with an ounce of something up there, and these things here, and these things, yeah, would be able to see that this fella, Nate Tibbetts, I know he's probably trying to protect his player, but oh my god, surely have an ounce of like respect and be like, you know what, yes, you did something wrong. IT was a cheap shot. It wasn't intentional. That wasn't intentional. Did you not see? Am I losing it?
She's 100% supported by us. The people in this league know who AT is. She's a competitor, she's a winner, and she's tough. The one thing she is not is cheap. I respect Steph White. I got to know her with USA Basketball. I respect her as a coach and a person, and I understand her sticking up for Caitlin in this situation. But to say that we had 2 cheap shots in that game, to me, is ridiculous. Steph knows AT. She got the opportunity to coach AT for 2 years, and she knows what AT stands for and what she's about. Next, I'd like to hit on my disappointment with the suspension process by our league and our leaders in the W. This was not a thorough investigation, in my opinion. The people involved were not questioned at all. It's extremely disappointing. No one from the league called AT, our security team, or myself about what we felt like happened in this situation. There is a protocol to be followed.
That players are coming out for Alyssa Thomas in protection of her. They're playing her out to be the victim and all this. Caitlin Clark got throttled in the neck. Basically in the WNBA now, you may as well start punching everyone, because you're only going to get a 1-game suspension. That you'll be all right. You can have a week off, have a holiday, and come back. 1 game. It's fine. How can you take the league seriously when punching someone in the neck is 1-game suspension? People may as well start knocking each other out. By the way, this is what they're actually doing anyway. Sorry, my bad, I forgot. This is what's happening. Sophie Cunningham getting thrown to the floor, getting elbowed, hurt, pushed around, elbowed, thrown around, choked in the neck. And this has been happening for ages, literal ages. And no wonder, right? Because no one's going to care. The referees aren't going to do anything. And when they do, when they reviewed the decision, which they showed, and which they are, fair enough. 1 game, it's either incompetence or intentional. Both are embarrassing. The WNBA, they just keep driving into a wall at full speed with Caitlin Clark. They now have a commemorative poster of 30 years of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's not on it. And it's not just like an ode to the veterans that started the league. Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese are on it, and Caitlin Clark's not. You guys, when she broke into the league, you moved her road games to bigger arenas to accommodate the fans. You were flying the last 6 rows of Southwest Airlines until she made such an impact. You pivoted to private jets, and she's not on the 30-year poster, but Paige Bueckers and Angel. Bizarre. What? Recently there were TV games. Hers got double the rating of Asia Wilson, the best player in the league. The 3-time champ and the 4-time MVP, double the rating. This is a paranoid, weird, insular league. Colin Cowherd goes off on the WNBA's Caitlin Clark stub. They dropped a commemorative poster for 30 years at the WNBA. Caitlin Clark isn't on it, but Paige Beck is an injury's heart. This just sums it up really. When she entered the league, they had to move her road games to big arenas just to fit her fans. She upgraded the WNBA from Southwest bank back rows to private jets. Yet she's left off the 30-year anniversary poster. It's either incompetent or intentional. Both are embarrassing, and that's true. Imagine leaving imagine a 30 years of football, right? You leave out Lionel Messi, and you leave out Cristiano Ronaldo. This is the same thing. This is the exact. You're leaving out your biggest staff. Guys, what do you think about this? Should the WNBA referee get suspended? That's the question. Should she get taken into office and reviewed? This is getting bad now that these referees are just not calling anything that these players can get genuinely hurt. Sophie Cunningham. Caitlin Clark, how many times is this going to happen? How many times is this going to continue to happen until something actually really, really bad happens, like a black eye? Oh wait, Caitlin Clark already had a black eye, didn't she? Yeah, 2 years ago. Never mind.